Hello, and thank you for watching the video in advance. What I'm going to talk about today is the BCM KMR 13-inch rail from Bravo Company and my brand new Stag Arms Model 3T with the Plus package, the 2-stage match trigger, and the Stag Arm 3G compensator. Also, I'm going to touch on the Fast Fire 3 red dot 8 MOA and the Vortex Viper PST or PTS 1x4 by 24 illuminated optic. Alright, let's get right into it. If you'll notice, let me get that out of the way, I was just about ready to clean my AR, and the reason I'm doing this video is because when I was going to purchase this particular rail, I went on YouTube, could not find a good review, any review of this particular rail. So I'm going to touch on some of the reasons I bought this particular rail and why it is no longer, I do not have the Diamondhead VSR-T rail that comes with the Stag Arms 3T on this particular gun anymore. I purchased this 3T from Stag Arms several weeks ago. It took about a week to have it delivered. Excellent company. I've had several ARs from them. I loved every one of them. Every one of them has been reliable and accurate. But what I essentially wanted was an AR that was going to be rugged, lightweight, I could use for home defense, as well as down the road, if I want to do some 3G competitions or some shooting competitions. So this is kind of my first foray into that. Alright, so I'm going to start at the front, go through the AR very briefly, and then I'll come back and talk about the BCM KMR 13-inch rail that you see here. Alright, this is a 16-inch barrel. It is a mil-spec barrel with a 1-in-7 twist. That's what you get. One of the things that you get with the Plus package with Stag Arms. It costs $100, and I will tell you this, I'm extremely glad I spent the extra $100 to get the Plus package. And I'll touch on a couple other aspects of that later in this review. The Stag Arm 3G compensator that goes on their 3G gun that they sell on their website. Not quite sure how I feel about this. I do not have enough rounds unsupported with this. The majority of the rounds that I've fired have actually been used in sighting in these 3 different optics that I will touch on here momentarily. But when I got this off, I got a new crush washer to get this back adjusted, and I'm looking forward to getting out there. Actually going to do some coyote hunting real soon, and I'll give a follow-up interview if any of you are interested in my opinion of this particular compensator. The Diamondhead flip-up rail came with the 3T. It is co-witnessed with the Vortex Viper PST 1x4 optic. So I really enjoy that. I've had a Trijicon ACOG on previous ARs, and I decided to go a cheaper route, only because I've heard such great reviews on YouTube and other forums, and so I chose to go this route, and actually I think I'm pretty happy that I did. Now, let's talk about the mil-spec aspect of this gun. Mil-spec lower, mil-spec upper, mil-spec buffer tube, and the bolt carrier group is also mil-spec. So essentially for $100 you get a mil-spec rifle plus 2 GI mags. I don't use GI mags. I use PMags exclusively, so I'll probably trade those for some ammo or sell them on Arms List. The 2-stage match trigger, never had one before. It's just taken some getting used to. I've spoken to 10 or 15 people about this particular trigger, and essentially what I've gotten is that if you've never used a 2-stage trigger before, once you get used to it, you will not use anything else but that. And I will tell you this, it is incredibly sensitive. Once you get past that first stage and you actually get to the trigger pull, it doesn't take much to do that, and I like that, and it's a very fast shooting gun because of that. Hogue grip on here, got that as part of the package. All of this, except for the BCM KMR rail, is what I purchased from Stag Arms, except the optics. Pardon me, except for the illuminated optics here. The Diamondhead flip-up rails did come, flip-up irons did come with that. All right, so the two-stage match trigger, the Hogue grip, mil-spec buffer tube, mil-spec bolt carrier group, and then mil-spec barrel with a 1-in-7 twist. Let's talk about the rail. I did an extensive amount of research, and I was looking at the Primary Arms KMR rail. I wanted to do something that I didn't have to take the rail off to do attachments to it, because I am going to add a hand stop down here in this area here, and I've got an Enforce weapons mounted light, the 125 momentary light coming from Amazon for $113. So that should be here momentarily, and I'll be attaching that on either this slanted rail here on this opposite side. So let me twist the rifle. Either this slanted rail here or this side rail here. And this is the exact reason why I went with the BCM KMR 13-inch rail, because it is key mod railing all the way around. It is unbelievably slim. I could not believe how lightweight this rail was when I got it. It is so lightweight. Read the instructions twice before you install it. I've actually got an email into Bravo Company waiting to hear back from them, because during the installation you have to heat up this particular portion of the rail, and then that expands that titanium or whatever aluminum alloy, and it allows you to squeeze it down onto the barrel nut. And it was a bear getting this on there. As you can see, here are two little components that go into it. Flipping it over, and if you'll see over here, there's one component missing, one screw missing. When I was attempting to screw that in, I was having trouble getting it in there, and I just figured I would just work it through, and it broke. So I've got it on there now with some Loctite. Every component on here is Loctited. I haven't had a chance to use my silver Sharpie to mark it so that I make sure that none of my screws are backing out, but that will be something I'll do at a later time. But the rail is unbelievably firm. The biggest downside to this rail, installation. It is an absolute bear. I put on several Troy Alpha rail, several other types of rails, and never had as much trouble as I did with this. But now that it's on, when I get the replacement piece, I'll get that fixed and we'll get that in there. Love this rail. The reason I didn't go with the Noveske is because the Noveske has slots up here. This one has key mod installation parts on every side. So excluding the Picatinny rail, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different, or yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different slots, pardon me, to install railing in here, or key mod accessories, pardon me, on here. And this is what you get, other than some stickers, and I'm not a kid, so I'm really not into stickers. But this is what you get other than the components that are already on this particular AR. Barrel nut, 3-inch, and I think this is a 4 or 5-inch rail. And it is so unbelievably easy. I was really glad that I pulled the Diamondhead VSR rail off of here for this reason. Let me demonstrate. And this is with no practice at all. So if the screws aren't loose enough, you have to pardon me. But you just slot it down in there. The screws are not loose enough. There, that one is. You slot it down in there and slide it forward. Tighten the screws with the star wrench, and it's on there. And you can attach anything you want to it. The weapons mounted light I'm getting from Amazon is, I did not order a Thorntail key mod offset for it because I'm going to use this particular rail section, Picatinny rail section, and I have not decided yet whether I'm going to attach it up here or here. But one way or the other, it will be attached when I receive it. The reason I sold the Diamondhead VSR rail off of this Model 3T is for the exact reason that I bought this particular rail. The opposite reason, pardon me. This one, you can attach key mod accessories unbelievably easily, and there is an enormous amount of flexibility with this particular rail system. The Diamondhead VSR rail, although sexy and was really fit my hand nicely, the curvature on the bottom of the rail was not up to, I don't know if there's an industry standard, but it had an odd curvature to it. So there was no system out there. I could not buy a hand stop from either Lanco Tactical or IWC I could just screw in there. I had to attach a Picatinny rail system, a 1913 Picatinny rail, to attach anything to that particular rail. And that does not coincide with the mission statement of this particular rifle, or the, as Nut and Fancy likes to say, the philosophy of use of this particular AR. So I pulled it off, put it up on arms list. Than that, I'm absolutely impressed with my Stag Arms 3T. Looking forward to doing some coyote hunting. And, you know, let me touch very briefly on the Burris. If you are interested in a Burris and you don't have particularly good eyesight like myself, go with the 8 MOA dot versus the 3 MOA dot. And even though it on the high setting you'll get a little bit of a blurriness because it's very bright, I think it'd be worth it, and that's why I did it, and I'm glad I did. I like the on-off switch. I like the ability to go through the different settings, to go through the auto mode, or go to the high setting, the medium setting, or the low setting, depending upon how well my eyes are focusing. Other than that, if you have any questions, please leave those in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to answer those for you. Thank you for watching. Again, the Stag Arms Model 3T with the Plus package, and it comes with the 2-stage match trigger, the Stag Arms 3G compensator, and there goes my flag, and mil-spec barrel, and essentially got the Burris Fastfire 3 8 MOA dot with a Weaver offset, and the Vortex Viper PST 1x4 times 24 illuminated optic. Thank you for watching.